Hi, this is Clark Smith. I'm the winemaker for WineSmith. I've been making WineSmith for about 30 years, and I actually started learning how to make wine in the 70s, studying mostly French wines, which I admired at the time, and I still consider to be the model for the wines that I appreciate and want to make. I'm a little bit of a rebel, and I guess I really don't like the way most California wine is made. I think it tends to be too high in alcohol, sort of unbalanced, with low acidities and often raisiny. It doesn't really smell like the grapes it's made from or the place it's made from, and it doesn't age very well. What I strive towards is wines that are balanced in their alcohol, with good acidity, maybe some minerality, that speak of the place they're from. I want my wines to have finesse, good integrative structure, which produces soulful profundity, particularly over time, and graceful longevity. I think that's my responsibility, particularly when I'm making something expensive like Napa Cabernet, for example. I think it's my duty to make something that'll age for several decades. Now, I'm really an MIT dropout from the 60s. I wandered out to California, got a job in a liquor store, and that's where I started learning about European wines and the emerging California traditions. Went to Davis in the early 80s, did the bachelor's and the master's program there. And then in the 90s, I was privileged to spend a lot of time in France, which included a whole lot of things that they had told me at Davis that just ain't so. And so I ended up writing this book, Postmodern Winemaking, all about that journey. And I love to make wines in that integrative style using French techniques and to explore grape varieties that you don't see around here very much. I make Tannat, Petit Montsang, Petit Verdot. I make California's only Norton, which is a Native American non-vinifera variety that they found in the woods in Virginia in 1820. Saint Laurent, Sangiovese, Tempranillo, as well as, I think, pretty wonderful Cabernet Franc and a whole slew of Cabernet Sauvignons. A lot of you have been big fans of my work for a long time, and you're probably wondering why I kind of dropped off the map and you haven't heard from me. So here's what happened. Like many wineries, I got clobbered by the pandemic. Our sales went to almost nothing. I had to borrow a whole lot of high-interest money, and so after a couple of years, things weren't looking very good. However, out of the blue, a winery group got a hold of me and said, "We really like what you're doing. We like your style. We like your vineyard connections. We believe in what you're doing, and we want to buy a controlling share of WineSmith. We will take over all your debt. We will provide you with a host facility, and we'll pick up the tab for all the winemaking expenses. And we think you're a really great winemaker, but you're not a very good marketer. So we'll take that over. We will sell your wines. We will build a tasting room. And we'll also pay you a healthy stipend every month as long as you live." Okay, so where do I sign? Unfortunately, that was almost exactly 2 years ago, and none of those things came to pass. Unfortunately, the group wasn't able to get the funding that they were seeking. So for 2 years, WineSmith has been absent from the wine market. Got a hold of them recently, and I said, this isn't working, and we can see that. So I proposed that we unwind the deal in an amicable fashion, which they agreed to. They gave me my wine back and my debts. I formed a new entity. I'm very excited to be back in the saddle again and to rebuild the brand. First step, in order to kickstart the project, is I've gone into the old library wines, very few bottles of very rare old WineSmith wines, the best wines I ever made, and I'm going to offer them to my most loyal fans as a way to infuse a little cash to get things started. So I hope that you will appreciate this really once in a lifetime opportunity to taste my very best wines with plenty of age on them. And I can tell you, when these are gone, you'll never get another chance. And I do hope that you will take this opportunity to throw me a rope in my new project. Thank you very much.